Jedi Initiate. Jedi Initiate is the very first step in becoming a Jedi. And by first step, I mean you're basically a toddler. Jedi don't wait for volunteers. They find Force-sensitive babies, scoop them up, and bring them to the Jedi Temple before they even know what's happening. Sounds a bit sketchy, but hey, it's the Jedi way. Once at the temple, initiates, also called younglings, train in clans, learning basic Force techniques, hand-to-hand combat, and how not to accidentally force yeet things across the room. They don't get real lightsabers yet, just training sabers with a stun setting. And yes, they get Jedi philosophy drilled into them from day one. No attachments, no emotions, no fun, just discipline and meditation. The big moment for every initiate is the gathering, where they travel to Ilum to find their own kyber crystal. If they succeed, they get to build their first real lightsaber. If they fail, well, they're stuck at the kiddie table. To move up, a Jedi Knight or Master has to choose them as a Padawan. If nobody picks them, they're sent to the Jedi Service Corps, where they help with healing, farming, or exploration instead of becoming warriors. Not as exciting, but at least there's no risk of getting cut in half by a Sith. Jedi Padawan. Jedi Padawan is the next step after Initiate, and it's a big deal. Instead of training in a group, a Jedi Knight or Master picks a Padawan as their personal apprentice. Basically, it's a cosmic internship, except instead of coffee runs, you're dodging blaster bolts and deflecting Sith recruitment attempts. Padawans finally get to wield real lightsabers, but they're still very much students. Their training focuses on lightsaber combat, Force abilities, and Jedi philosophy. They also go on actual missions, which means real danger. Just ask Ahsoka Tano. Being a Padawan isn't all meditation and temple lessons. A Padawan's signature look? That iconic braid, unless you're an alien without hair, in which case, good luck. The braid is cut off in the Jedi Trials, a set of challenges that prove they're ready to become a Jedi Knight. Pass, and congrats, you're a full-fledged Jedi. Fail? Well, more training for you. Of course, not all Padawans make it. Some leave the Order, and others, like Anakin, take a darker path. But for those who succeed, knighthood awaits. Jedi Knight. Jedi Knight is when a Padawan finally levels up. No more babysitting by a Jedi Master. You're now a full-fledged Jedi, ready to take on the galaxy. But getting here isn't easy. To make the cut, a Padawan has to pass the Jedi Trials, a series of grueling tests that challenge their skill, wisdom, and ability to not freak out under pressure. Once they pass, they go through a knighting ceremony where their Padawan braid is cut off, unless they're bald, in which case, awkward. From here, Jedi Knights take on missions alone, fighting for peace, negotiating treaties, and keeping the galaxy from falling apart, which, let's be honest, is a losing battle. There are different types of Jedi Knights depending on their strengths. Jedi Guardians focus on combat, Jedi Consulars dive deep into Force knowledge, and Jedi Sentinels are the all-rounders, blending both skills. Some Knights even take on Padawans of their own, because nothing says, "I just got promoted," like immediately getting put in charge of a kid. Of course, some Knights get the ultimate promotion, Jedi Master, but that's if they prove themselves. Jedi Master. Jedi Master is the big leagues. Not every Jedi Knight makes it here. Only those who show exceptional wisdom, power, and leadership get the title. Some earn it by training a Padawan to knighthood, while others prove themselves through legendary deeds. Either way, it's a VIP pass to the highest ranks of the Order. Masters take on the toughest missions, act as generals in wars, which, let's be honest, doesn't always end well, and sometimes get a seat on the Jedi Council, the inner circle that makes the big decisions. Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, eventually, all Jedi Masters. The difference between a Knight and a Master? Masters have a deeper connection to the Force and way more experience. A Knight is skilled, but a Master is the real deal, someone you do not want to mess with. But don't get cocky. Anakin wanted this rank and got denied. And we all know how that turned out. Jedi Grand Master. Jedi Grand Master is the highest rank in the Jedi Order, basically the CEO of space wizards. There's only one at a time, and they're chosen by the Jedi Council. This isn't just any Jedi Master. It's the wisest, most powerful, and most respected Jedi in the galaxy. Think Yoda. Actually, only think Yoda, because for most of the Republic era, he was the Grand Master. Their job, leading the entire Jedi Order, making the biggest decisions, and guiding the Council. They also train and mentor Jedi Masters, making sure they don't get too reckless, looking at you, Mace Windu. The Grand Master isn't necessarily the strongest fighter, though Yoda flipping around with a lightsaber says otherwise. What really sets them apart is their deep understanding of the Force. They're like the ultimate Force guru, guiding the Order through crises, wars, and the occasional Sith uprising. But even the Grand Master isn't invincible. Yoda failed to stop the fall of the Jedi, proving that even the wisest can make mistakes.